So the Golden State Warriors added 2 players in the NBA draft last night, and they have signed adding another rookie to this roster on their undrafted free agent tracker. The Dubs signing DePaul forward Javon Johnson to a 1-year deal. Chris Haynes, NBA insider, breaking this news late last night, just prior to midnight Central Time here, as that draft took forever last night. But to everybody who tuned into our Warriors draft grades video, we appreciate that. It's up on the channel if you haven't seen it. Chris Haynes saying this: undrafted free agent Javon Johnson out of DePaul has reached an agreement on a 1-year deal with the Golden State Warriors. His agent tells NBA on TNT as well as Bleacher Report. As for what Johnson did last year at DePaul, he was able to notch 14 points per game. As evidenced by the photo here, you can see that he has a thin and long frame, able to add 4 rebounds to the stat sheet as well with 2.5 assists. His field goal percentage, not all that great or efficient at 41+%. More on him coming up, more thoughts on what Mike Dunleavy Jr. had to say last night, as well as some more insight on these draft picks. That's all coming your way on Warriors Today. But first, this is why you subscribe to the show. I believe that nobody's giving you better Warriors intel, insight, and analysis than us here on the channel. We provide you with year-round coverage of the Golden State Warriors. We're approaching 60,000 subscribers. NBA free agency starts a week from today. We have you covered every step of the way with every move that the Dubs make. Make sure you subscribe. Let's do a little scouting profile on Johnson here because, of course, if the Warriors sign him to that 1-year contract, you're somewhat intrigued by him. Solid athlete, 6'6", 200 pounds, might need to add a little bit of weight if he wants to stay in the NBA for a long time. Shoots well from deep and coming off screens. So as a system fit, he is a guy who can really contribute if he's able to develop his game, become more efficient, and be a good system fit under head coach Steve Kerr. Is it ever going to be an aggressive scorer or one who gets to the rim a lot? But he is an adequate defender. So a two-way player here, that certainly helps his cause, as I'm excited to see what he can do in the NBA Summer League. The Warriors, as we know as an organization, they prioritize shooting. And whether that player ends up in the G League with the Santa Cruz Warriors or opens up some eyes throughout training camp, Summer League, competes for a two-way deal, Johnson can fit into that category potentially, and we can assume that he most likely got an Exhibit 10 deal, which gives the Warriors his rights, but doesn't guarantee his money for injury. One of my favorite parts of the NBA calendar throughout the offseason is the NBA Summer League. Had an opportunity to go out to Las Vegas a few years ago, and I was spending the summer in California, and to see the spectacle that is the Summer League is pretty damn cool. If you're excited for the Warriors Summer League, I want you to type me down below in the comment section. So as of right now, Golden State, through the draft and with an undrafted free agent signing in Javon Johnson, making 3 additions to this roster. Brandin Podziemski, Trayce Jackson-Davis, and then Javon Johnson. Those are the new additions to this Warriors ball club. As for Brandin Podziemski, a left-handed shooter who can light it up from anywhere, checks in at nearly 6'5", 204 pounds. Mike Dunleavy Jr. did say that he had him like really high on their draft board, even ahead of a guy like Cam Whitmore. He's an effortless scorer, knows how to find his shot at all 3 levels, a very good catch-and-shoot player that could allow him to play right away. Yes, he did play at Santa Cruz, but the production there, very, very good. Almost 20 points per game, nearly 9 rebounds. Do the rebounding numbers translate to the NBA level? Probably not to that level, but 48% from the field, almost 44% from the three-point range, has soft touch around the rim, and a killer teardrop shot. So not only can he shoot from the outside on those catch-and-shoots, in which he was very efficient in doing so, he can play make. He can get his shot, and with that teardrop around the rim, he's able to finish around the basket, and that size at 6'4", he could play a little bit larger because of that teardrop. He is not a good defender, could get played off the floor because of that, and the defense is definitely a major concern because if he continues to get targeted on every play, can a team count on him to play down the stretch? That's a little bit of an issue. Our pro comp for him kind of like a Malik Monk, although Malik Monk has become slightly, at least a little bit, of a better defender since coming out of Kentucky. A pick that I absolutely love, and here in our database, according to our homie, the draft expert Nick Roloff, we had Trayce Jackson-Davis as a 34th overall player. Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer had a first-round grade on him. Those are two draft analysts that we really trust here at Chat Sports. And I like the game of Trayce Jackson-Davis. A little bit undersized, no question, at 6'8", 240 pounds, but the wingspan, very long at 7'1". The production, awesome. Nearly 21 points per game, almost 11 rebounds, 4 assists, so a pretty good passer for his size. 3 blocks per night while playing at Indiana in a very good conference that is the Big Ten. 58% from the field, almost 70% from the free throw line. You look at the numbers right here, very productive player in college. A reason that he slid down a lot of people's draft boards is because he's 23 years old, and we are not sure what position he's going to play at the NBA level. Is he a 4? Is he a 5? His body size screams 4, but he could work at the 5. If Kevon Looney's been able to hold it down at that center position, I believe that Trayce Jackson-Davis can do that as well. And as I talked about in our draft grades last night when we broke down this pick as well, he runs the floor really well for a big 2. Needs to develop a consistent jumper to be anything more than a rotational big. But Kevon Looney, he barely has a jump shot either. So that's a little bit of a concern for him. But Kevon Looney's been the ultimate glue guy for Golden State, and I believe that Trayce Jackson-Davis does have the potential to be that as well. I also like when a guy says after he wasn't drafted until late, as the Warriors traded away Patrick Baldwin Jr. for him, that he's going to make every single team regret the fact that they did not draft him. So he's got that hunger to be a very good player as well. Doesn't have a right hand, so the Warriors with 2 left-handed draft products in this draft, so he's going to have to develop that offhand as well. Do want to get to what Mike Dunleavy Jr. said about these draft picks in really his first official press conference since making moves as the Warriors general manager. He said Brandin Podziemski was 8-9 spots higher on their draft board than the 19th spot that they selected him at, so they thought that that was great value. He was asked specifically about Cam Whitmore. He said, we had our board and we took the highest guy available. So clearly they had Podziemski ahead of Cam Whitmore, the Villanova product. A lot of people were asking about him on last night's show. Mike Dunleavy Jr. on the Warriors entering free agency. This is pretty important as that's set to get underway a week from today on Friday. Cleared roster spots for bullets in free agency, his words. They only have minimums, looking to add veteran players who can fit into the rotation. Shooting and two-way ability are a premium for Golden State, and it's obvious they need to add some size because in bringing in Chris Paul, trading away Jordan Poole, you're not really adding any size, and you're also losing some scoring ability with Poole's ability to knock down shots from around the perimeter, but also put the ball on the floor and really hunt his shot from really all 3 levels when he's on and popping. If you enjoy our coverage and you love the Golden State Warriors, give me a real one down below. As always, we appreciate all of you for watching. Thank you to watching our draft content. Our free agency coverage is going to be absolutely fantastic. And throughout this week, when there's a rumor, a report out there, we're going to cover it over the next 6 days in the lead up to NBA free agency.